Hi, Avi and Yuvi. How's it, guys?
Hey, bro.
How's it, UV?
Good,
How's it,
man.
Sid? Long time,
Great.
guys.
Great. Yeah, long time. Yeah, okay, I'll start with you, Yuvi. What were your thoughts on Kohli's Test retirement as well as Shubman being the new Test captain?
Retirement, same as right, long overdue.
Mm-hmm.
Shubman Gill, really the obvious choice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe fast bowlers should be captains. Simple as that. If it's an
Mm-hmm.
all-rounder, maybe because he'll balance things out in his mind before making decisions. Fast bowlers get emotional. Not a good idea to make a fast bowler captain.
Avi?
I think after the Aussie tour, the
Mm-hmm.
writing was on the wall. The writing was on the wall. I mean, it could have been possible, but I
Mm-hmm.
think in the back of his mind, he's made the right decision because, guys, we're not just talking about the last year. We're talking about the last 5 years. It's been
Hmm.
how many centuries? I think it's been 3 centuries in 5 years. So it's taken a bit of a dip, and let's be honest, this is a guy, when we are talking about the Fab Four, he was right at the top for a very
Mm-hmm.
long time, and then he dipped a bit, and it's understandable because he's that kind of a character. He's such a motivated
Mm-hmm.
character where he wants to perform in all formats, but unfortunately, humanly, it's not possible. It's not possible to perform at the highest level in all formats, and you can see guys like Steve Smith that's quitting ODI cricket and stuff because they want to focus on Test. So I think it's a right decision in a way, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a huge loss for this Indian side going overseas to England. I mean, they would love his experience. However, you got to rebuild. You got to rebuild at some stage, eh? And it's come to this point. But I think in a way the right call by the king to step down from Test match cricket because I think also having a young family, it takes its toll on you a lot. So a right decision. And then Gill, I mean, I totally agree with Yuvi there when it comes to not giving fast bowlers the captaincy because you never know when they're going to break down and get injured, Yuvi, and they're not going to be in the team. So totally agree with you there when it comes to giving it to a top order batsman. And obviously Gill,
Mm-hmm.
he's uh, he's been waiting in the wings for a long time, and I think exciting times for him. But it'll be interesting to see how he does tactically as well in Test match cricket because this is a step up from IPL, guys. This is the real step up from IPL.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. But I wanted to ask you, Yuvi, but then do you find Bumrah to be an emotional guy if he was chosen as captain, provided he was not getting injured, he was super fit? Like, for example, like someone
Bumrah,
like Dale Steyn at his prime, when he was really super fit. Of course, Dale Steyn broke down eventually, but if had Bumrah been super fit, would you have still not chosen him as captain, Yuvi?
no. Bumrah is a very passionate player. It makes him the fast bowler that he is. It makes
Mm-hmm.
him an amazing fast bowler. Can he make
Interesting.
rational decisions under fire? No.
Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting. Avi, do you still concur with Yuvi despite my changing of the question?
Yeah, I know absolutely. I mean, Bumrah is an asset. He's an asset to the
Mm.
side. So let him focus on what he's good at, Sid.
Mm.
And I mean, I think burdening him with captaincy. But I just want to say something. I want to give a
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Bumrah. That that
Mm-hmm.
that Test match where he captained, he was
Mm.
phenomenal. That
Yeah,
first Test in
fantastic.
Australia, Sid. His
Mm.
captaincy was brilliant. I mean,
Yeah,
look, to rally back from that score that they made in that first innings, being skittled out for 150, and to come back and win that Test match
yeah,
in that
fantastic.
convincing manner, I think it was
Mm.
amazing. But then
Yeah,
Australia had themselves to blame there as well. I mean, they played some really ordinary cricket as well. But I think Gill, and not
mm-hmm.
only because he's a batsman, I think UV will agree with me. I think it's also age as well. I think he's the right
Yeah,
captaincy when it comes to age wise as well. Because I mean, the rest of the guys, I mean, they on the wrong side of 30. So I mean,
yeah,
uh, this profession is a very very small. It has a very small lifespan. So you've got to try and capitalize where you can and try and maximize your playing time. So yeah, I think right decision age-wise as well. So Gil, good luck to him.
I think one of the things I'd like to highlight is similar to Aiden Markram for South Africa. Gil, from the under-19s, was groomed to be Indian captain. Markram, from the under-19s, was groomed to be Proteas captain. This was the plan all along.
Totally agree with you, Yuvi, and controversial decision here, controversial opinion here from me. I think Markram should be captaining this side of the 2027 World Cup because I think he's a phenomenal captain. I think he's a phenomenal captain.
Oh, I thought he was. I thought he was captain the T20 side. Unless that's only for the 50 overs. Markram is captain. I get it all.
Yeah,
confused.
yeah,
I thought Bavuma
and
captained the. Oh, I think Bavuma
yeah,
does test team.
I honestly think Bavuma. If you wanna keep Bavuma on the side, it all good, all good. But I think when it comes to the captaincy, give it to Markram. I think he's a better captain tactically.
Definitely.
Excuse me, he's a better captain tactically, and
but doesn't Markram captain the T20 side already? Unless I'm confusing it.
He does captain the T20 side, but I'm being a bit biased here, and obviously recent bias. But I think in tournaments, you've seen Markram as captain, guys. I mean, you saw it in the T20 World Cup. You saw those scores. I mean, guys, those scores were so low, and he managed to get them over the line so many times with his captaincy.
That's true.
So he was brilliant. He was brilliant. I mean, we're talking about tournament cricket. Let's forget about bilaterals. Tournament cricket. I think Markram is the man.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Markram is the man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Yuvi, we'll get to the IPL. Yeah, GT doesn't seem to be doing well against Chennai. It looks like they're going to lose pretty badly. And if they lose, they'll be stuck on 18 points. With the net run rate, it'll probably be lower than 0.6. It could be your team, Yuvi, may not be. So how do you potentially feel about that?
It's fair. I'll tell you why. At the outset of this season, I told you I didn't think GT would stand a chance. The reason I didn't think GT would stand a chance. No, I told you guys that. Remember? Yeah. The reason I cited for this was they were carrying Mohammad Siraj, the worst bowler in the damn competition.
Okay.
And that is coming back to bite them. If you don't have two good opening bowlers, it's the same story with MI when they started. They did not have two quality opening bowlers, and it bit them. When Bumrah came back, they were good. Now GT are suffering from.
Okay. Avi, you concur?
Look, I'll be honest with you, man. I think if you look at the GT attack on paper, it doesn't wow you. I think UV will agree with me. It doesn't wow you. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have that star power in that bowling lineup. But I think they got away in the early parts of the competition because we saw some pretty ordinary cricket from a lot of teams, especially the teams at the bottom. There was some really ordinary cricket. But I'll be honest with you, and I'll also put RCB into this mix as well. I think that break really didn't do favors to those teams at the top because it kind of slowed the momentum down. So because those teams at the top had some really good momentum, and it slowed that momentum down completely. I mean, you saw Punjab yesterday. Pretty ordinary bowling performance of Punjab, eh? RCB, I mean, losing 7 wickets for 13 runs. I mean, what was that? What was that? And GT, obviously, they got pummeled today. I mean, that was a bravest show there, man. You want to go and watch those highlights again because that was a tasty innings. Yeah, so it's interesting now. I think it actually worked in favor for RCB now because they're gonna remain in the top two. And obviously Punjab dropped points yesterday. GT dropped points. So I mean, if you look at the table at the moment, so GT is on 18. Am I right, sir? They have one game in hand. Is it one game in hand?
Think so.
GT is on 18. They're stuck on it today. I think today their last game, so they'll be stuck on 18. Run rate will probably be less than 0.6, so probably 0.5 something.
So is this the last game for
Although, they'll
GT?
probably lose.
Is this the last game for GT?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
She's showing it. So yeah, I think they're gonna be stuck on 18 points. I mean, but they're still through anyway. But they'll probably not be in the top 2 because Punjabis have one more game. Your team has one more game. MI have one more game, and
No, I think the top 4 have qualified. The top 4 have already qualified.
No, I'm a bit confused. No, I'm very confused actually because no, actually I'm not. Actually, MI probably plays LSG maybe in their last game. I have to look at that actually quickly. And who do they have MI to?
I think it's Punjab, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. In that case, I would be hoping for MI to beat Punjab, and they'll definitely be in the top 2 because of net run rate. And then, although your team Avish could actually get to the top 2 also if they beat. Who are they playing last? LSG, isn't it?
I think it's LSG, yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be a tough game, Avish, because LSG played great in their last game.
So, yeah, definitely, and I think this break is really, the momentum. It's broken the momentum of these teams. So, look, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, and I'll go MI and RCB top 2, and then GT and Punjab eliminator. What a game! That's gonna be my my top 4. It can change. The order can change, but I think if RCB win their next game, they probably go top, and then you've got MI will probably win that game against Punjab, and then Punjab and GT will have to battle it out in the eliminator. That's gonna be spicy.
Yeah. I know.
That's going to be spicy.
Delicious. Actually, yeah. I don't know if we should even talk about the following game because it's such a pointless game against Sunrisers.
No, I think we should. The reason we should, because anytime somebody sticks into the Sunrisers, I'm happy.
Okay, I'm going to go KKR to win because it'll be good for their morale if they can beat Sunrisers. Okay, thanks, man. Yeah.
Sorry, where are they playing, by the way?
Oh, good question.
Sorry?
Okay, let me just check quickly. I think, let me go, quickly. Oh, sorry. Just waiting for my phone to load because, it's a shame that the, okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay. Sorry. Oh, they're playing in Delhi.
Okay, so really doesn't really give any team that much of an advantage, but Sunrise is one of those teams that just annoys the hell out of me, just like you.
Likewise.
Yeah.
KKR all the way.
Yeah, let's go KKR there. Let's go KKR. KKR. I think KKR want to finish on a high, so let's go KKR.
Yeah. It's a shame because I think it's I just think injuries reign as sabotage certain teams, and I'm sure. I think me and Yuvi discussed it in one of the chats. I think it was one of a few weeks ago that I felt that team like Rajasthan Royal, that if they didn't choke so many of the games, they could have been in the potential playoffs. I don't know if you concur with that.
Absolutely. I mean, what was it? Was it four? Was it 4 games in the early stages where they actually lost in the final over?
Yeah.
I mean,
there
were so many chokes there, Sid. There were so many chokes. If they go back and review, they do so many things differently there. I mean, they'll just play with their with their heads for a change in those games and get over the line, So, it is what it is. It's been a strange season because I mean it's been elongated as well because of the politics. We don't want to go into that. I mean that's a discussion on its own. But it's I think it's a bit of a hangover now with these group games. I think we want these group games out of the way, and then the playoffs are going to be pretty exciting, I believe. And then that's it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough in those playoffs.
I'd like to elaborate on something Sid brought up. KKR, technically,
Okay.
without the injuries, would have had the strongest bowling attack in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Barring the injuries, they would have had the strongest bowling attack in this tournament.
And they probably would have been potentially in the playoffs.
I think so.
The Punjab game.
And
The Punjab game, guys.
Okay.
The Punjab game was unforgivable. It was unforgivable. I mean, what happened in that game?
I agree with you.
Seriously.
I was so pissed off with that. I was pissed off when that happened, actually. It was such an easy total also. Don't you agree, Yuvi?
This season, they've been snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. They've become experts at it.
Yeah. They've been.
Yeah, that's.
Pardon?
Let's face it. GT are giving them a run for their money at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's like. I think teams have mastered the art of choking, and Rajasthan Royals have taken first place, followed by KKR, and then followed by GT. How's that, Yui?
Totally agree.
I think
Totally
GT
agree
still
with
a
those.
bit down the ladder, but yeah, they're there.
Oh yeah, who would have thought? Okay, I'm just trying to check out. Okay, so tomorrow, as you said, it's Mumbai Punjabis. Okay, I'm going. Sorry, tomorrow is Mumbai Punjab. I'm going with Mumbai because I like Mumbai more. Although I'm very happy with Punjab being in the playoffs anyway, so Mumbai to win that one. Okay, do you concur with that, Yuvi? Mumbai to beat Punjab tomorrow?
No, Punjab.
Okay, and Avi? I don't know. I would have actually gone with Punjab, prior, but
okay.
What I saw from their bowling attack yesterday didn't really impress me. So I think if you're gonna bowl like that to Mumbai, good luck to you. So I would edge towards Mumbai, for that same reason, sir. What do you think? I think it was pretty ordinary last night, eh?
No, it was.
Against Delhi.
Yeah. Everybody has an off day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So basically 2 for Mumbai and 1 for Punjabis. Okay, cool. And then on Tuesday is LSG against your team, RCB. And don't hate me, Avish. I'm going with LSG for this one.
Hazelwood is back. So I'm going RCB. I think we missed him. I think we missed him a lot on Friday. That's pretty ordinary from RCB in the field and in the bowling. Yeah. So happy to see Hazelwood back for that game.
Okay.
I want to say RCB, but the way things are going right now, I'm expecting an upset.
Okay. So you're going with LSG, UV?
Yep.
Okay, that's 2 for LSG. So, okay, and basically you have the playoffs. You have basically 1 versus 2. So if we go by the assumption of Avi, you think it's going to be MI versus RCB in the first playoff?
Likely.
Correct, sir. Yeah, that's going to be spicy.
And then the second playoff will have, and then the second, pardon?
I still think it's going to be the final I predicted, RCB versus GT.
Interesting. MI versus RCB in the final, because if RCB lose to Mumbai in the first playoff, then RCB win the eliminator, if I'm correct. So it could also be MI versus GT. What a mouth-watering final that could be.
I don't want MI in the final.
Pardon?
Don't want MI in the final. I'd rather keep Punjab in the bloody final.
If I am being honest, I prefer 3 teams: MI, GT, or Punjabis. Those are 3 teams that would prefer being in the final than winning it. But that's my opinion. What about you, Avi? Who are your 3 teams you'd see being in the final?
I'm going to give you my final right now. I'm going to put my head on the block here.
Okay.
It's going to be RCB versus Punjab.
Possible. That's a good final because Punjab that played relatively well, and if Punjab are in the final, I'm going with Punjabs to win because I just to see them. She never. No.
Yeah,
And
you're gonna get a
imagine
new
UV,
winner
no?
this year. You're gonna get a new winner. You're going to get a new winner somewhere,
But
somehow. You're gonna get a new winner.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
RCB haven't won it either, have they? Yeah.
but UV.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, they haven't.
No.
They haven't.
RCB haven't won it, but they made a number of they made a number of finals. But they made a number of finals
I
and
still,
lost. I thought when they played Sunrisers. Sorry.
as much
Sorry.
as I like GT, I still think RCB is going to win the season.
Uh-huh.
I still think RCB is going to win the season.
Even the great Sunil Gavaskar predicted that in the Sports Today channel on YouTube. So you're not the only one.
I think RCB playing Punjab in the final is a pretty favorable draw for them. So I'll be honest with you. As opposed to Mumbai
Possible.
or GT teams that have played in finals, that know how to win finals,
and won.
teams that are dangerous in play or in knockout games. I think Punjab is a pretty favorable draw for RCB in that final. So yeah, I'm
There's
going with that
only
final.
There's only one
Yeah.
real threat when it comes to Punjab. His name is Prabh Simran.
Okay. What about Arsh? What about what's the name of that opening bowler again?
Arshdeep Singh.
Arshdeep Singh.
Highly overrated.
Arshdeep.
Highly overrated.
Oh.
Highly overrated.
Okay. That breaks my heart hearing that. But anyway. But Yuri, I have a question for you. Should Punjab's hypothetically win, KKR will be shitting themselves, because imagine you drop a guy like Shreyas Iyer, who is managing to captain 2 teams in 2 years to win the tournament. Who would have thought of that if it hypothetically happens?
We spoke about captaincy scenarios earlier. I honestly believe Shreyas Iyer should be our T20 captain. I honestly believe Shreyas Iyer should be the captain.
Okay.
That man knows how to win matches.
So you. Okay.
That man knows how to win matches.
Okay. But then, so you don't like Sky as captain so far for India in the T20?
He's been average, hasn't he? He's not been bad, but he's been average. He's been a really good player, but as a captain, he's been average.
Interesting. Avi, you concur?
I think UV makes a good point. I think the jury is still out with Sky when it comes to tournaments, because he hasn't really captained in the tournament. I mean, bilateral series. I mean, they've been superb. India have been superb in bilaterals, but when it comes to the tournament,
I agree.
I still think you got to look at how he performs there. But I think Shreyas is not a bad shout, but knowing India and going conservative, I think they'll still go with Sky for the World Cup next year. So
they will.
I don't think that's going to change.
India's selection committee are dum-dums.
You know what was most surprising for me? Shreyas being left out of the Test team. That was really surprising.
Agreed.
And I hope UV and Sid that doesn't come back to bite them.
My only thinking is that it was kind of between him and Sudarshan, and Sudarshan has just made it work this season. He's just made it work.
I think Sai deserves his spot.
He's been. I agree.
100%.
That's the problem with talent of India. There's too many good players. Who do you pick? Who do you take? Who do you throw out? It's a frustrating exercise. It's a good problem to
Guys,
have. What do you think? Pardon?
What's your thought of KR Rahul still being in this team? I don't know. I think they could have moved forward. They could have moved ahead.
Who do you bring in though? Who do you bring in though? He
maybe Shreyas Iyer.
No, I mean
probably Shreyas Iyer.
He doubles. He's the wicketkeeper as well. KL is the wicketkeeper as well, so he doubles nicely. That's why they can't take him out. Look, he's a talented player. He's long in the tooth, no doubt. But he's a talented player. And if you get a wicketkeeper that can actually hold his place as a batsman, by all means, replace Rahul. But until we get that, no.
But then you see, if KL Rahul was taken out for Shreyas Iyer, at least you still have Pant as keeper. But then I know you've not a big fan of Pant.
No, Pant, Kishan, all these guys, they've been tried. They failed. Come on, move on.
Okay, before you wrap off, Yuvi, what are your thoughts of England's predictable win over Zimbabwe?
It took them too long. It took them too long.
2.5 days is not that
If
bad.
they if they do it then against India, they lose. They play like that against India, they lose.
Avi, you concur with Yuvi's sentiments?
In spite of the result, I think Zimbabwe kind of get a good account of themselves with the
Yeah,
bet.
I agree.
Yeah, they did.
I
They
agree.
did. There were some moments in the Zimbabwean, even in the first and second innings, there were some moments where, you looked at it and thought to yourself, they could probably avoid a follow on here, or they could
Yeah.
probably get a lead here. But I mean, they lost wickets in a heap. But that run rate from England, Bears ball stuff. I mean, what was it? 5.8 and over. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't read too much in the result, guys. I think
Yeah.
the real test is next month, and
Yeah.
that's going to be
I can't
some.
wait.
That's going to be
Icy
some
meaty
series.
ball. Yeah. Okay, I want to. Yuvi, anything you want to discuss
Yeah.
before we?
I actually wanna I know it's a bit away. It's still quite a bit away.
Okay.
World Test Championship final.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh,
Okay,
I can't wait. We're going to have a separate episode on that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
just initial
but
thoughts.
yeah, but I'll
Just
give a
initial
quick.
thoughts.
But
Come.
yeah, but I'll give
Just initial thoughts.
my
Come.
initial thoughts. Yeah, my initial thoughts out of my initial thoughts of Australia are the favourites, but I'm going to go at the heart and say South Africa will win because I think South Africa does have a good record against Australia of late. It seemed like SA bring the best against Australia of late, so I'm going to go with South Africa purely on that. What about yours, UV? Quick
No, let's
thoughts.
go with Avish first.
Oh, sorry, UV.
Yeah, so the Aussies are favorites. I mean, just based on experience. But I mean, the
Yeah.
Proteas at Lords, they're a different beast. They're a different beast. They love playing at Lords. So, yeah, they got a good chance.
Oh,
But then who are you picking? Because I'm going with SA.
who are you picking, Avish?
I'm going with SA.
Okay.
I'm going to give you guys a heart attack. I'm
Okay.
actually also going with SA.
Yubi!
And your reasons why you?
Yubi!
I've looked at the side that's likely going to play for Australia. It's not their best 11 on the park, and they're sticking to traditional bullshit, and it's not going to work against this Proteas team. They're going to fail.
Okay. I like that our heart is for SA. It's very patriotic because even though my head does say Australia, but something in my gut,
I know my
heart
my
also.
decision has nothing to do with
Sorry.
patriotism.
Pardon?
Yubi is right in a way. Because if you look at that Aussie side, it's quite aging. Am I right, Yubi?
100%.
Especially that bowling lineup.
100%. There's no pace. There's no pace in that lineup. There is no pace whatsoever.
Correct.
Okay. That's okay. And Avi, do you have anything you want to add before we say goodbye to one another?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, the WTC, we're going to do a separate episode on that. So, the closer we get to that, it's going to heat up. But yeah, all good from my side.
Okay, all right. Great checking you guys. Take care.
Awesome, guys. Take care.